Welcome to ELI Talks on Air. We're here today with Yuri Lane and Matt Barr. Matt Barr has already produced an ELI talk about his hip-hop educational journey and what hip-hop can really offer to the Jewish educational world. And Yuri Lane, we're super excited, is about to have an ELI talk this coming summer, and we're super excited to share with you. So, without further ado, I'm just going to present the two men. Here we go.
What's up, ELI community?
Yo, 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 yo.
Are you ready?
Oh, look out now. Just lost a little bit on my sound making. I can play the kazoo with my mouth. All right. My flow go harder than the Nile. Cradle of the civilized, I spit Bible. Make water wetter, never read it on a dry note. Babylon can sing, but sign is a high note. Got your ears wide open, but I ain't trying to hear that. You can call me Beethoven. I am the chosen. Even if the Jews are smoking crack rock tight white boy, but I'm Logan. Your ego's an ego on my breakfast table. People run their mouth, but the mind is legless. Tripping, lifting, lights up the horizon. King of the jungle, I'm lying. Yeah. Even with my eyes on the shine, so wise guys' eyes disrespecting what my mind on. My reach is like a newborn, I'm grabbing at everything. Get married, it's in the back from the savages. Savages past, but it's not ash to ash. No, it's what to what, and it's task to task. Yeah, life is the act. More secrets than it even knew. It doesn't matter what you think, it only matters what you do. I'm tired these days. Getting up earlier, my eyes carry baggage. My shoe froze earlier. Patch on my pants for the lack of the garbage is a problem. Working on solving. We all win.
Yes, y'all, and a 1, 2, 1, 2. My name is Yuri Lane, and I'm a hip-hop Jew. Come on, I'm a freestyle a little while. Yeah, I'm gonna take it to the next level. Yeah, I'm gonna take it to creation. Yeah, let the beat fight, let the beat light. Let's get out of sight with a made M-M-M-A-A to the T-T-T to the B to the A to the double R. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. It's the Bible rap. It's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. And we begin the conversation right now. What's up, everybody?
Shalomski.
Shalomski, and hello from Uptown neighborhood in Chicago. And I actually, we just met in the flesh.
That's right.
For the first time. We talked to each other.
This is the first time we touched.
Yeah, the first time that we have physically touched, and the first time that we've vibed together with the beatbox, and working with Matt as the MC, and just kind of already when we were jamming together as a beatboxer, I always love working with other artists, especially people that are gifted, have the gift of gab, that can put words together and rhyme. And then to hear some biblical rhymes is really tight.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, again, I've been teaching in the Jewish community for the past 20 years. Started in San Francisco, and now we've made our way to Chicago, and I really feel in the past couple of years that I've been continuing to use beatbox as a way to get kids to put the Bible on its feet and to create a soundtrack for these holidays, our ancestors, and how we can use beatbox to tell a story. Beatbox midrash, or maybe the beatbox is the new cantor, where we get the call and response from the congregation, and beatbox is something that I'm really passionate about. But of course, me being an actor first, and using your voice as an instrument. And then I was thinking, always when it's time to blow the shofar,
right,
and I was able to do it vocally.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, you know, like the kind of the beatbox tends to be sometimes like a shofar.
Cool.
You know, waking people up to what's going on around them and listening to the world around you.
Right on.
And so that's kind of my way in, is to get people, and specifically kids in the Jewish world, to wake up and to listen to the world around them, and to take Judaism and give it a soundtrack, give it music, give it a rhythm like speech. And what's everyone's internal rhythms? What are people's soundtracks? You know, what's Sarah's soundtrack?
Biorhythms.
Biorhythms. You know, what would Elijah's beat be? Right. You know, and like especially like just finishing up Pesach.
Right.
And like, yo, I mean, like, that's my time, and Seder's my time, probably for you, but like, I mean, you know, plagues. Who better to do it, right? Than the beatbox, right? Right. You know,
gotta get all the sound effects of the frogs.
Yeah,
and the locusts start coming.
Ribbit.
Frogs on your bed.
I can't see. I can't see.
Nice. Terrifying.
Yeah, so I get really excited.
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
awesome. That's great. Yeah.
But you know, giving something a soundtrack really kind of takes it up a notch.
For sure. Sonic background. And then I kind of come from the other side of things, where it's more the words and the lyrics and kind of the rhythm of what you're spitting. But I think what we share is that we both really feel that hip hop, I mean, in formal Jewish education at this point, has kind of accepted the fact that in order to try to, you know, edify the youth in Judaism, you kind of have to start where they are. And hip hop is so popular amongst the youth. But not only that, like, it's also a great vessel for pedagogy. And that's what that's what the ELI talk is about. There's so many access points. Like, for example, in this rap I'm going to do, you'll see how there's a lot of self-referential elements in the song where if you know hip hop, you'll get all the jokes. There's a conversation between me and the past rappers. Just as in Judaism, there's always this intergenerational conversation. Rashi's being like, well, I heard this midrash that someone said 200 years ago, and this is what I think about that. And then, you know, someone 400 years later is like, well, Rashi said this, but I think that. So they both share this conversation, which is why they're both traditions. So here we go. What's this? And this is also about how even Davy Crockett can't stop it. Huckleberry Finn is going to hip hop it, meaning hip hop is America now. I am the realest. People call me so realist. Close to my chest, got a different decade deal, or what the deal is. You get light bulbs, I get electric eels, but I ain't done yet. I want to know just how electric feels. I'm alive, I am Frankenstein. I follow your mathematics till you ate my 9. I think I'm hip hop, body to beat Rick Ross. Bloodsuckers talk around the clock, oh how a TikTok. Beat what you say, my feet better play, but the irony of ironies is I made the bars. My family just happens to be the bars. Letter you'd expect it round my neck. There is no necklace, but your Jesus pieces bless me like my rhymes are seasons. Check this, hide you. What he say? Hide you. What she say? This cracker snapped until I'm hoarse. I heard my hene. I think I'm Abraham. Peace unto you, Assalam. Fastest like me, fast all night like a Muslim man. It's Ramadan. Jesus walks, Kanye West. Jesus saves, Moses invests, Map Bar Mitzvah, Black Bar Mitzvah, mixing up my mixtape on the metaphor and numbers like tell Jay to get that straight. A little easy because I did it in like 5 states, and you ain't did it till you did it and put on weight. I'm getting fitted, boy, running through your city, boy. 2 chains across titty boys, titty boy, watch it. Even David Crockett can't stop it. Huckleberry Finn will begin to hip hop it. As American as you can't say Jim. Picked up the grenade, but I put back the pin.
He put back the pin. Yeah. And you know, I even sampled Jesus walks, way less.
Nice.
Jesus saves,
hey,
hey.
Jesus walks, Kanye West. Jesus saves, Moses the best. That's tight. And sampling, you know, what is the Talmud except rabbis sampling conversations from the past and saying, oh, or even rabbis sampling the Bible. Like, if they make a point, they have to say this was in the Bible. So they are constantly sampling elements in their conversation from the Bible, just as hip hop sample is such an important thing. I don't know. What's I mean, as a producer,
well,
you have big.
I think we should do that right now.
Yeah.
So let me drop a beat,
Word.
and then can you think of a biblical passage that you can memorize, and then I will loop that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on. Everyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one reason
Did you go to yeshiva?
I'm a little scared of freestyle.
Your rabbi is gonna be like.
Because like freestyling
wrong.
5 years ago, I promised never to freestyle again because I called a 4th grader the P word, and it was not a good one. All right, what's the
It could just be one
Right,
little
no, I got
verse.
this.
And then you can start working on it. I won't loop you
All
yet.
right.
And then I'll start looping you when you feel it.
All right, I got you. Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver and gold.
Yeah. 1, 2, ready, go.
Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver and gold. Wisdom is better than silver and gold.
Yeah. Better than silver and gold.
Wisdom is better than silver and gold.
Wisdom is better than silver and gold.
Kids and correction, splitting ifs and reflection and once you decide to die, you better believe in resurrection. Protection from the godless, live of conscience. Place a candle on the mantle to illuminate the nonsense. I'm well equipped with legitimateness. I'm well equipped with legitimateness. I'm well equipped with legitimateness. When I spit, so it's a big deal that you just talk ish.
So yeah, sampling. You know, you can sample so many things, and now we kind of live in this world where people like to sample themselves. And part of what makes beatbox amazing is that it's portable.
Yep.
You take it wherever you go.
Right.
And also probably another reason why that I love the harmonica, and it's a very portable instrument.
Right.
And going back, you know, the oral tradition, way back, you know, one of the tribes kicking it in the Judean desert. Right. They got a fire, and maybe they didn't call it beatbox, but someone had to do some rhythm.
For sure.
Right. So I try to let kids know that, like, you know, beatbox goes back as far as we can go.
Mm-hmm. And even like hip hop culture, what I love about it is, like, I had a time where I was on a subway, and like you said, it's portable, just as Judaism had to become portable. It's not the people of the land of Israel after the temple was destroyed, became people of the book. So if you have this one book, no matter where you are in the world, you meet a Jew, you can learn with them. Same with hip hop. Like, we could meet on the subway, he can bust a beat and I can rap, and we have a cipher. And this has happened where, like, I don't know these people, and they're from different ethnicities, different backgrounds completely, but we meet each other, and just like we just did now, and we're telling our inner truths to one another, because that's what you do in hip hop. You talk about yourself and kind of all the dynamics of how you make it through this world.
Yeah, I taught this class when I was teaching at a Jewish day school in San Francisco, and I taught a hip hop Jewish identity class.
Okay, that's
so
tight.
I had 6th, 7th, and 8th graders write an identity rap.
Right.
Because to me, the best rap, and I of course come from a beatboxer's perspective, like we were talking about earlier, like I'm really about the beat. But when I listen to an MC that speaks to me, it's usually about identity, about who they are, where they come from, who their family is, and what's their perspective on the neighborhood in which they live, and how it fits into who they are. And so these kids, they wrote different raps. And I got this one former student that, like, he's graduating from UC Santa Cruz, and he's a rapper.
Oh, word.
And like and he's a battle rapper too.
Nice.
Right? And so he's like battle raps.
Right.
And I was like, man, you know, there it is.
Right.
We teach. Right. And then years later, someone says, well, I was inspired by that, and I continued to sort of follow the path as a rapper. And then being Jewish, and then using some of the things that he learned through Jewish day school, but applying the elements of hip hop to help guide him.
I feel you.
So I think one of the things that I love about both of you is that you both, even though what seems to be very innovative and new, you both see yourselves as part of this like lineage and tradition. And I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about that, because I feel like, Matt, in your Eli talk, you talk a lot about how hip hop really follows this oral tradition.
Right.
And Yuri, like you and I have had wonderful conversations where we talk about like really feeling part of this lineage of Jewish soundscapers. And like, what does that mean to you, and how do you fit into the tradition?
Right
on. We were talking about it. I have a Jewish ancestor, Yuri Lane. He founded Shereth Israel in New York City. And he was the Reverend Yuri Lane, because back in the day, 1800s, like you weren't called a rabbi, you weren't called a cantor, you were called a reverend. And I had access. It was the Jewish historical museum, and I got access to his papers and his calendar, and he wrote Jewish music, cantorial music, for the Reform movement. And so when I got to see, like, wow, this is alliance. This comes from my family, and I feel like there's a connection there. I don't know what the connection is until I started to kind of check out his music, which I didn't necessarily like could relate to. But then as like these years have gone on, I'm starting to kind of, it's like, well, how can I take my ancestors' sound, right? And then, do a mashup, right? Or take it and bring in the beatbox. Sometimes, I want to do the Shema, right? Well, I do it like this, and maybe people would feel, like it would offend them, but at the same time, like, we all have to find a new way.
Saying the Shema.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Shema Israel Adonai Elohim Adonai Emre Chad 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 Chad.
Amen. Amen.
Amen,
Gotta say amen to that.
And so I'm like, how can I make these prayers for me? Because personally, when I'm connecting to Adonai, it's when I'm performing. But like, how could I make prayer performative, but yet about the congregation, about the people, and not about the self.
Right.
And especially now this world we live in today, that it's so much about me, the self, selfie, the me, the me.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for kind of how the lineage of like the textual tradition of Judaism really turns me on. I was a philosophy major, and kind of I love the idea of the relationship between the written and the oral tradition. That, for example, in my brother's keeper, which is Hashomer Achi Anochi, if you study the oral tradition, there's like 1,000 different perspectives on what it means in the oral tradition of the past 2,000 years. These geniuses, the Einsteins and the Marxes and the Freuds, before they kind of were dealing in the Western world, they were in the Beit Midrash, and they were answering the question, how to be your brother's keeper in different ways and from their generation's perspectives. So now, if I'm aware of that, when I read the Torah and I read in my Hashomer Achi Anochi, all of that is imbued and embedded. All of those 1,000-year conversation is embedded in that one line now. So it's becomes such a powerful statement, because it has a whole 1,000-year conversation in it, which, like when you're speaking about kind of how I relate to the lineage, kind of like in a weird way, my one goal, people are like, what's your mission statement of Bible Rats? Is that, in 100 or 500 years.
I thought you said 100 or 500 words.
To say 500 words in under 3. Innovative, what I mean, a contemplative, innovative. No. It's to essentially in 500 years have one or two of my lines be part of the oral tradition, you know, to add to that giant cascade. So here's Am I My Brother's Keeper? And it's also about what you were speaking to about who I am and how I relate to the world around me. So how am I being my brother's keeper, or am I being my brother's keeper?
Hold on.
Uh-oh, the harmonica's coming out now. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm my brother's keeper.
I show there, I feel it. I show there, I feel it. I show there, I feel it. I'm all about people, I'm all about, yeah. 8 a.m., I wake up and then go back to sleep, I ain't wake until 10. I make a bagel with cream cheese, looking at 3 until then I'm gonna take it easy. Turn on the TV, flow to shows, it just goes slow with those highs and lows. No, I ain't feeling that. Turn on the news and the news is revealing that. Single mom going crazy, working 2 jobs, can't provide for her baby. Feeling the poor like who's gonna save me, enslave me. Members of the government again acting shady. Man on the streets next meal is a lady. Doesn't even faze me, not that I'm lazy. My coffee is warm and my bagel is tasty, so why would it faze me? Let alone change me. What that phrase me? Them are my brothers keeper. 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 Singing, I show them, I feel no fear.
And we just did that live.
Right, never practiced, and that's the beauty of it. The whole time we're like, even though like it might not seem, but we're like working with one another's vibes, and that's what's great. There's like different conversations that's more spiritual and less like spoken when you're making music together.
That's a really good thing to bring up, because I think that we've all experienced it as artists, as specifically in music, and that sometimes you can get people together that have never spoken to each other, but then they start to speak to each other through their instruments.
Right.
And I think we can also get that, obviously, when people get together for prayer, right? And people know the prayers, that's that same feeling, right? And so I really believe in the power of music, and that it has spiritual power.
Right.
It has the power to bring people together. And I'm all about bringing people together.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just experienced it through my life, traveling throughout the Middle East and traveling in Europe and throughout the United States, and that the universal language of beatbox, and that like how can we kind of compare that to being Jewish and going in different parts of the world. Mm-hmm. And there's a synagogue
right.
in Mongolia.
Right.
I hope there is. And there's a synagogue, a synagogue everywhere. And so you can go to that place and speak that language.
Right.
But a lot of people don't speak Hebrew, but my wife's a fluent Hebrew speaker. My daughter, she's a fluent Hebrew speaker, but now she's starting to lose it, so we gotta get it back up.
Right.
But having that language, that secret language.
Right.
But beatbox can be that language, that other language that people can speak. But like you were talking about before about you get people together from different walks of life who know about hip hop and who love hip hop.
Right.
So why can't we apply folks that know a lot about hip hop, and that it's a point of reference for them? It's inspiring to them.
Right.
Hip hop culture is again, like they look at that and they look at it as referencing how they live their life, and then we can have that Jewish hip hop perspective.
Right.
Matt, can I ask, so we know it feels very much like hip hop, beatbox, like those new ways of approaching tradition, that they really affect the attitudes of people that you're talking to. They have like a positive attitude shift. But how does it how are you able to up the skills and the knowledge of the people that you're working with because you're doing it through this way?
Well, kind of half of what Bible Rats does, besides teaching with my songs and doing performances, is we do like a workshop. So we do some form of this, but we've done like 450 of these over the past 9 years, where we bring a studio, we have them study text, and then they write raps about the text. I teach them the basics. The beauty of rap is that it's basically nursery rhyme roads become hip hop highways without semantic traffic jams ensuing. Meaning, if you can do nursery rhymes, you're a step away from being able to do basic rap. You don't need to be able to sing. So even third graders, fourth graders, almost anyone there up, it's very easy to teach how to do rap. You make the rhyme on the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the key. And so once they get that, then they're studying the text and they're writing and putting it in their own language, which in this case is hip hop. But then when they have to rap what their kind of take on the text or their perspective on the text or how they want to wrestle with the text, when they have to rap that in front of their peers, suddenly like their spirit has to get behind the words that they wrote. So it's not just cerebral, it becomes spiritual. The spirit has to get behind the words they wrote. When the metric of quality in hip hop is authenticity, and all of a sudden you're going to talk about your relationship to God in rap, like you have to be like, and Hashem, he left me back when you have to put your spirit behind that, or else it's going to be a whack rap. So it's just for basic Jewish pedagogy, it really goes beyond the cerebral of responding to text, but
Jewish knowledge of power. Jewish, knowledge is power. Jewish knowledge gives you the power and gives you the fuel that you need to express yourself. If we're talking about taking texts, right, and turning it into rap, well, you need to know about that text. Folks can memorize all day, right? But a lot of people memorize and don't know what they're saying. And so how can we get folks not just to memorize something, and there's a beauty to memorizing something, like in the Jewish tradition, davening, memorizing, and then hopefully what you're memorizing like gets inside you, and then what's so great about being Jewish and Judaism, it's like question, right? How do you question that text, and how do you internalize it, and then how does it come out with beat, right, in rhyme,
right,
in verse,
and what that beat should sound like with a beat you can speak more than those words. You can also like create like what's the atmosphere of this text. You can add dimensions that you couldn't otherwise once you're using the sound. And even at Sinai, the Jews didn't see God, they heard the Torah. It's always been a Shema, hear, O Israel. It's always been an ear listening focused religion versus sight primary religion. Trying to think of a good rap to lead into that.
Sometimes the best part is just clear it, because it's a little off, and then it was like this back up.
Word.
So are we at Sinai?
We're at Sinai. Let's hear some Torah at Sinai. We're at Sinai. Let's create the atmosphere. What was the sonic atmosphere at Sinai? This is the greatest, most psychedelic concert of all time. It's like Nas and Rakim and DJ Premier in one, called MC Moses. Move crowds like Moses. MC. Not trying to get robbed, the evil part to see is a part of me. And when I look in my heart, I see the same history. And I know that we share the same history. Yeah, even with the language of G, that's me so silently. I know he walks with me. Like I know G, I'm G, I'm G, that's speed up. I'ma read up with my feet up. 7 bitches back, so we all get freed up. So we plan to see seeds up. This feels the bride on the moon side. When I'm staring at the line, I'm like open wide. When I'm drowning in the ocean, I'm so tight. Set the patch in the sky, the patch in my eye. You can tell me I'm live up here at Sinai. Don't worship that ass. Don't worship that calf. Don't get that cash. Look it up. All right. Moshe. Yeah, Moshe. What you got to say, Moshe? You got to learn Torah. Say it's okay. Learn Torah. Learn Torah. Baby. I'll be there for you. We just got the commandments, y'all.
There it is. We try to recreate the Sinai moment.
Yeah.
I hope.
Probably, you know, next time maybe it's definitely would be a more of a club beat, right? If it was like, if it was, you know, if it was like Burning Man, right? It was Burning Man out there, and people were just going buck wild, building robots, and running around naked and exploring, and and all these idols everywhere, you know.
Well,
but I don't know what to say about that, right? I've actually never been to Burning Man, and I am a San Francisco hippie child.
Okay.
Right, so I didn't really need to experience Burning Man because it was at Ocean Beach, like every Saturday and Sunday. Though I just think dance, like there's something about dance, and there's something really, really special about that. Moving your body to a beat. I mean, like all the Israelis, like, you know, they're finished with the army and they go to Goa and they need to express themselves and they need to dance.
We'll break off a dance.
So we go track. Well, I don't know. Maybe
sound like a good lead into it.
Right? Should we do a dance track?
We got like on the album that's coming out, Matt Bar Mitzvah. I got some dance tracks. I'm trying to think what would be appropriate. No? Okay.
No. Sorry, y'all. If you were feeling it, I'm sorry I raised it.
I was about to go in. I was about to bust. I was about to do the best 16 bars of my life. Dance like we're in the Garden of Eden. Many animals. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like we're swimming about a dog that yelps, or a cat that meows, or a bear that growls, or a wolf that howls to the moon by the owl. What are you doing every day? So amazing, the ravens, they slay by the legs of the cows, raisin, rich from raisin, or sunshine, wine on the vine of time. That's David. Hi, I'm the only human alive. I can't die, so let's survive. Hey, look, 2 hands, but no high five. While I get to name the animals, look the high. A, B, shall be, A, B, because of me. A fly shall fly as a fly, because if I fly, call fly, just another fly. When it could sound smooth like butter. Fly. Do the butterfly. Oh yeah, that's more like it. The butterfly. Nice. Butterfly. Yeah. 2 years like butterfly. Fly around, spread it, pollinate it, spread it, pollinate it, pollinate it, pollinate it, pollinate it. You made it, pass it down, y'all. Pass it down, y'all. Pass it down. Yeah, pass it down. I need mine.
Beautiful.
Guys, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you, how they can get involved with you, and lead us out with your best stuff.
Well, best stuff. Oh my goodness.
I can't play that.
Okay, so check it out.
Ruined my career.
Yuri Lane at Gmail. I am Beatbox Harmonica Man on Instagram. Yuri Lane on Facebook. I tour around the United States. I have different solo beatbox shows. I am a Jewish educator and a hip-hop theater extraordinaire. What can I say, right?
Yeah, talk dirty.
And and you can reach me on YouTube as well. But
you should check out this YouTube stuff. Holy crap.
But listen, I live Ukrainian village. So if you're in Chicago, come say what's up to most popular neighborhood in all of the United States.
There you go.
That's what they say.
Right on.
That's what they say.
I'm at Bar, Bible Rapper. First, let me say what a privilege it is to bust with Yuri. Legendary beatboxer. So just from a music standpoint, it's awesome to be able to vibe and jam with someone who's so musical. BibleRaps@gmail.com, and we tour. We also do virtual workshops in which we don't even have to come to your school. We have a whole program in which we can do virtual workshops where the students and their TA or the madrik, they'll study text, and with an iPhone, they can make a whole music video with us about their Torah portion or about whatever value of Judaism will make the source sheet. It's really amazing, the workshop that we can do is without even coming through. And, hit us up, matt@bibleraps.com. And I got 2 albums coming out. Best Bible Rapper Alive, because there is no other Bible rapper, so it's pretty glowing. Bar, and then Matt Bar Mitzvah, which is PG-13, obviously. Yeah, Bar Mitzvah. So we'll leave with you, and we'll bust up. Yeah, we'll come in. 2 of us at once, it'll blow your mind.
Bring us to your conference, bring us to the synagogue, bring us to a Jewish festival, y'all. Yes, y'all. I want to. My name is Yuri Lane, and this is Matt Bar for you. Yeah, 2 bars at the bar, and I'm Yuri Lane, and I don't really live very far from ELI. So let's see the reason why we do the beatbox, we do the hip hop, we do the Judaism non-stop. We got the Torah, we got the 5 books of Moses in the back. So let's get back to the days, back in the day, yeah, back in the day.
Basically, we're looking for a MacArthur Genius Grant so we can do what Hamilton did, but for the Jewish people.
How about all the people?
All the people!
Yeah.
All the people. All the people. For sake of peace.
For sake of peace.
The Torah was created.
Yeah. So let the violence cease.
Yes. Alright, let's leave with this one. Let's go. I'm gonna try to do something a little slower, because I've been like, let me think of something a little less wordy. Lord knows I'm a sinner. Pain goes to dinner. Had a bad headache since 2008 winter, but I ain't a tragic figure. Life is a bitch, it's got a magic figure. I'm still asking for her finger. It's on. That's right, baby. I'ma marry me a Jewish, not a white lady. Control the S on the bless, that's right, say me. Whether bigger or beaver, it's baby. I ain't lying, I'm shining as I follow something I remember back in the day when my head had me rhyme. God, I know you're in this place. Close enough to play, so to spit in your face. Alright, put 'em up, put a hand, put a fist up. They say that that's not something like a stick up. Put 'em up, put a hand, put a fist up. Stick to the script, hip hop with a hiccup. Put 'em up, put a hand, put a fist up. This ain't that's not something like a stick up. Put 'em up, put a hand, put a fist up. Stick to the script, hip hop with a hiccup.
Yeah, put 2 hands in the air, 2 fingers in the air like this. Yeah, peace. It's not the word to play. It's very difficult. So let's make peace. Let's make peace. Yeah, make peace.
Life is just a witch. I'm trying to switch into my wife. And you don't stop and you don't quit. God is who I dream is on my team, but he's not. And you don't stop and you don't quit. Love becomes a vulture when it falters as a dove. And you don't stop and you don't quit. Still I try. Driving by extension begs the question of why I don't stop, why I don't quit, and you don't stop. stop and you don't quit. And you don't stop and you don't quit. And you don't stop and you don't quit.
Listen, I want you to quit now. It's taking too much
Okay,
time.
I think so.
Listen,
All right,
this is crazy.
We
I
do
don't like
quit,
it.
and we do stop,
Listen, I'm
and
hungry.
we do quit.
What are we eating?
And we gotta
Is
pay
it
your-
kosher?
And we do stop, and we do quit. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure.
Y'all. Yom Tov. Peace to the world.